Welcome to the Jason Bikes Halloween Special. Alright, for Halloween, we have a night ride adventure and 2 spooky stories.
All right, this is usually like a 50-50 for me. Oh, man. There you go. Do it all night. Nailed it. Deer on the side of the trail. Just saw their eyes.
The most recent time that I was legitimately scared while I was riding was a couple years ago. The kids had been back in school for a couple months, so it was fall. And I wanted to get out for an after-work ride. So without checking anything, I kind of just grabbed my gear and bailed after work to go to a trail that I had spent all summer doing as after-work rides. And was having a great ride. And when I got to the point it was just about as far from the car as you can get, I realized that the sun not only had gone down, but the light was getting very, very scarce. So realizing that I was going to have to book it if I was going to make it back before before it got super dark, turned around and booked it up the hill and got to the top of the ridge before the last drop before the car. And at that point I had to admit myself that it was just full-blown dark. At this point, it not only had the sun gone down, but twilight had ended and it was dark. The moon had come up, which was helping a little bit, but basically I was picking my way down the trail using kind of memory and luck and a lot of night vision because I had no lights at the time. I made it down the trail and made it back to the car safely, but I was really sketched out the whole time. Like I said, I could barely see. Shadows become whole different things. You get your nocturnal animals starting to move around; those are freaking you out. So I was definitely a little bit sketched out by the time I got back to the car, and I would say it was that night when I got home that I ordered my lights for doing night rides.
Good times. So, to me, the woods are where it always gets a little spoopy. Especially if I'm by myself. Because, I don't know, long shadows. I guess the same reason that Snow White thought the woods were scary. And down we go. Ooh, it's getting cold.
The other scary story I thought of while I was writing that I've been a part of actually happened about 20 years ago when I was still living in my hometown. I'd gone out exploring with my dog on a National Forest Service trail. And I'd never really been up there. It was, I think I used to cross-country ski a part of it and decided to try and mountain bike a little bit farther than I had ever skied up it before. And we got about 5 miles in and hit an area of the forest that had been part of a forest fire, probably based on the regrowth about 1 to 2 years ago. So the trees are still charred, but the ground is starting to come back. And we go into this area that's the forest fire clearing, and my dog Stasia, who normally roamed 50, 100 feet away from me, checking this, that, and the other thing out, every scent on the wind she would check out, and she immediately got on my back tire and stuck right by me, which was a little bit odd. And then as I kept going in, the forest just got very quiet. All the little noises that are going on in the woods all the time, that you don't really notice when they're there, I noticed that they were gone. And that was when I started to notice that the hairs on the back of my neck were standing up. The hairs on my arm were standing up. And I pulled over just to kind of shake it off and pet my dog and kind of see if I could figure out what was bothering me. And while I was doing that, I really couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched by something. It really just felt like I wasn't alone. And as far as I knew, I was alone. And since I couldn't shake it, I decided that was enough exploring for the day. And Stasia and I turned around and pedaled out. And as soon, I swear, it sounds cliche, but as soon as we got back into the unburnt, the regular forest, the dog went back to normal, chasing every, forest mouse around, and all the hair stood down, just laid back down on my arms and neck. And even I remember feeling like a weight that I didn't even realize was there had lifted. It's probably the most supernatural, scary time I've ever had on a bike. Maybe ever, even in general. And that one legitimately scared me.
Through the spoopy tunnel. This is the final downhill. That was horrible. You're welcome. All right, so that was night riding. Marshall Mesa, Flatirons Vista, Springbrook, and Dowdy Draw. If you have any questions about night riding, leave them in the comments below.
All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this Halloween special edition. It's a little bit different than normal. I've been wanting to try this night ride, filming a night ride for a while now. It worked out pretty good. If I do it again, I'd like to get a group of people and kind of do a nice train. Something along the lines of what Nate Hill does with Follow Cam, but do it as a night ride. I think that would be interesting. So if that's something you guys want to see, give me a thumbs up. Maybe throw a comment down there. Hit subscribe if you've never done this, or if you've never been here. I don't usually do stuff like this, but it's Halloween. We thought we'd do something different. Till next time, I'm Jason Bikes. Live life one ride at a time.